Gotta wait a few seconds. Gotta wait for it. Gotta wait for it. Gotta wait for it. Hey, YouTube, I'm Brick Smith, and welcome to Jabo's favorite podcast, Forever Sorting, with Kevin Aloysius Hinkle. There he is in the flesh.
How many podcasts do you think he listens to?
He named off 4.
Were they all Lego related? They can't be.
Every one of them.
Really?
Building up to it.
Sure. Absolutely.
Bricks and Bits.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Pro Lego Channel has one, he said.
Okay.
And then his favorite. And he wanted to make sure it didn't bother anybody else. But he said, don't take it personal, but my favorite is Forever Sorting with Kevin Aloysius Hinkle.
Aloysius.
So, Jabo, thank you for having our back. We will try our very best to continue to be your favorite and destroy and leave the others in the dust.
You know, speaking of middle names, somebody the other day said online, kind of one of those things that should have been really obvious, and it never has been.
Okay.
Where someone was like, oh, I think they were commenting on a piece of artwork I shared. And they said, I guess the A stands for artist. And I was like,
oh, yeah.
Man, if I had never, like, that is like genius branding that is just
I want to say it was Blaze. And it was in a live stream.
Were you privy to this?
I was there when it happened.
Like, I'm just like, oh, man, if I actually had a little bit better forethought.
Yeah.
To like sculpt that into a branding message, that would have been a pretty, but you know, whatever.
Well, I have a better idea. Why don't you just legally have your name changed?
Exactly. That's an idea.
You have spent more money on supplies, so
I mean, I have.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, folks, let's knock out this intro because I know that's your favorite part of your favorite podcast. Is
ever.
So thank you guys once again for coming back to another exciting, riveting, thrilling episode of Forever Sorting. There's the click. Saddle up, folks. We thank you, as always, for joining us. My name is Kevin. I am joined here with Julian, the Grand Poobah of the Pink Bucket Nation himself. If you'd like to find me outside of this program, you can find me online. My website is kevinahinkle.com. That is where you can find my portfolio. You can also reach out about projects as I am a freelance artist. So you can follow me on social media at Mr. Kevin Hinkle for my personal account, or you can follow me at Mr. Hinkle Draws for my professional account where I share my artwork. And I also put out information when stuff is for sale. I do have a lot of stuff for sale, and it is the holiday season, folks.
Holiday season.
And so don't forget that us artists like to get gifts for our kids as well. So if you'd like to reach out regarding any artwork I've got, I would be happy to hear it. And hopefully, I am holding out hope. I've been pushing my friend a little hard to try to get a storefront set up on my website so that I can upload some of the prints and artwork I have available in time for the holiday. Obviously we're already at the time of this recording, we're already in December 5th. So we'll see. So that's something you can find that. In addition to that, there is a little comic series that I draw, maybe 2 or 3 a year. Called
you have time for them. Yeah.
When I have time for them. I want to give a shout out to our friend, Joseph Maluso. Is that Joey, Maniac for Bricks? Who just purchased a Bricks in the Middle legally compliant T-shirt.
Yes, he did.
Posted that on social media the other day. Thank you, Joey.
Yeah, let's not confuse that with Joey Brick Trains. Joey, not Joey.
No, different Joe, different Joey. And so Bricks in the Middle, you can find out about that. That's a comic series about Lego fans, for Lego fans that I illustrate. Bricksinthemiddle.com or on social media at BITM Comics. And it is still printed in every other issue of Brick Journal magazine. I forget that because Brick Journal doesn't necessarily come out every single month. So I just got a delivery of the recent Brick Journal that had my comic in. I said, oh yeah. So that's still a thing. Lastly, I know we talked about this a couple episodes ago. the monthly subscription service for the shirts I designed with Clutch from Bricks on the Dollar is done. It is finished, folks. So at the time of this recording, unfortunately, you can't sign up to get a shirt delivered to you every single month. However, that being said, the older designs that are 6 months and older are on Amazon. You can find the links to that at bricksonthedollar.com. If you'd like to purchase one of my Lego-inspired T-shirts, every shirt sold does get me money, and money's good to pay the bills. So I appreciate that. I appreciate seeing them out and about in the wild.
How that works.
It's funny how that works. I mean, I wish I could just draw things for my bill collectors, but maybe I could draw. I should not draw money.
Just draw a check.
Really realistic.
Also,
yeah.
one more special thank you to the internet in Connecticut.
I'm sorry. Am I digital?
We can hear you fine,
Okay.
but it definitely is a podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. This sometimes it's a little scratchy when the whole family's here and everyone's fighting over that Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But I am the only one in my house using the Wi-Fi right now, so I don't know.
Which makes me think that the neighbors are truly stealing it from him.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Because I mean, it's obvious. Like,
Would not be the first time.
Hey, for season 2, hopefully we'll get him hardwired, folks.
There it is. Hopefully.
You just gotta plug it in.
Yeah. I mean, hey, with all due respect, Reed tried. Reed cut a custom Cat 5 cable and he mailed it to me. And then I got it and I pulled my Apple MacBook out and was like, Reed, I don't know where to put this. It was like, this does not work for this brand of computer, Reed. So unfortunately, it is what it is. So before we dive into the story, which we will, folks,
Yes, we will.
I want to go through the comments from the last episode.
Kevin, you're now breaking up.
Oh, good. Well,
That's
hopefully
even better.
Hopefully it syncs up at some point.
No, I'm saying you were like your words were falling apart.
All right. Yeah, I apologize ahead of time. There's nothing I can do about it.
Nothing.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the comments from our episode from last week, starting with the oldest. Oh, it's not in order. That's kind of not helpful. All right. So
order.
Yeah, it's like one's like 5 days and this one's 3 days and it's 20 hours ago. It's like weird.
Oh,
all right, so we got a comic from.
Hey, hang on, Kev.
Yeah.
The word on the street is that the thing that will not be mentioned here is really starting to tear up people's YouTube experience as an overall, like, this doesn't work anymore. Now this doesn't work. Oh, but now it works again. It works on this channel, but not that channel. So
what do you mean? Comments?
No, Copa
Grinch?
Copa Grinch is destroying it one channel at a time.
Well, that's how he does it.
Yeah. But anyway, so that may be why it's out of order. If you guys have a better explanation, tell us down in the comments of this video.
I think I just went the comments were sorted by like most popular, so I switched it to like oldest to newest.
Well, there's your problem right there.
But it's also hey, don't count out the Coppa Grinch just yet.
Oh, for sure.
All right. So starting with the first comment we got from Brixar Jabo 5 days ago, and it states as follows. And I'm going to do my level best to give, the nice reenactment with the comment. Well, now I'm more worried. A big part of my purchases over the last 20 years on Bricklink has been of used parts and sets. As a vintage collector, it's about the only way to complete those sets or get those parts. If they sunset Bricklink or otherwise destroy it, they will alienate one of their biggest fans of the last 45 years. I'm not sure how I will handle it, but it might save me a lot of money.
Silver lining, folks.
Hey, when life hands you lemons, you squeeze
them into Bully's eyes. What?
Right back into life's eyes. Thank you for that comment. Appreciate it. And then we got Brick Trains. So this was the other Joey, not Joey.
This is Joey, not Joey.
Brick Chain says, Kevin, I totally agree. The Lego group wanted the software. Maybe some kind of Lego Ideas replacement, plus a complete stranglehold, I like that term, on the secondary market. Looks like I will be looking for a different post-retirement job. No YouTube, no Bricklink.
Oh.
It's looking pretty dire there, folks.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Looking pretty dire.
Come on, Joey, not Joey. Do better.
And we can always count on our friend, Dude Jude 20, to come swinging in with the positivity. Dude Jude says, good one, guys. And I joke every time because they're like, does he just copy and paste that? Good one, guys. I like hearing your thoughts about it, Kevin. Keep up the good work! Exclamation points all the way.
Very good, dude, Judy.
Bricks Ninja says, I'm going to say favorite podcast as well. Oh, we got a maybe two people that says this is their favorite podcast.
Lord, thank you, brother.
And he goes on to say, maybe Lego Shop at Home will have bricks and pieces powered by Bricklink. Yeah, that definitely. I feel like that's a very thing. But somehow I would think that Lego would probably want to be the one powering. So I would see them saying Bricklink powered by Lego versus Lego powered by Bricklink. But thank you for the comment nonetheless, and thank you for saying favorite podcast. And then Brick Chains came back in because he wasn't quite done.
Absolutely.
And he said, geeky inside Lego question from a geeky weirdo. Does the Lego group use SAP as their ERP? There is a reply. There's a reply from Blockhead UK, who says, Brick Trains, someone from my lug noticed mention of SAP in the code of Lego's website. So the answer is probably. And the answer is yes. So they do. Thank you for the comment, the secondary comment. And thank you, Blockhead UK, for replying. And Blockhead UK has a separate comment that says, I am sure the double whammy of buying Studio and crushing Soho was probably high on their agenda. Yeah. It will be a great pity if they also strangle the life out of the used parts market in the process. I can see a lot of defections to Brick Owl in the future.
Who?
I don't currently buy from them as the critical mass of Bricklink is much larger. But that will soon change given the right circumstances.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. Brick Blaze says, thanks for reading my comment out loud. I feel famous now.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know who Brick Blaze is, go to the channel on YouTube, Twitch. Actually, just go to Twitch because he's not going to be here anymore. He also does Brick Blaze games and stuff on YouTube, which is probably going to stick around. Brick Blaze, folks. Good friend, great guy. You gotta love him. Gotta love those Brick Blaze.
Hey, if there was any one of our friends that could pull off like a parody of a monster truck commercial, it would be Brick Blaze, I think.
There you go.
Like where the voice is like Blaze, 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 Monday, Monday, Monday. Yeah. Like that, it could happen.
That could happen.
All right. We got a double whammy from Ken Marlowe Bricks. So we've got one comment. His first comment says, years from now, remember how awesome Bricklink used to be?
Oh.
As I watch, I'm sorting. As I sort, I'm looking up old parts on Bricklink. As I do that and I listen to this, I am sad.
I respect what
hopefully you imagine me in black and white as I read that.
His second run down your cheek.
Oh yeah, like a artsy college film.
Yeah.
Ken's second comment is, don't get my hopes up by saying there will be more story next time because I'm going to hold you to it. That's a fair comment.
That is a fair comment. It's Kevin's fault, folks. Actually, no. It's fallout from the internet and the world.
Right. And what's interesting is we'll get a couple comments later. We'll get a little into what you just said.
Yeah.
So we have a comment from Agents of Mock.
Hey, Troy.
Who says, if what What?
You're gonna have to read Troy's comment again. You broke up.
Okay, I wasn't even talking. I was waiting to hear. You said something and I stopped talking.
Okay.
It says Agents of Mock says if the link does eventually break down, the owl will only start to soar higher.
Woo!
That's a good one. That is stuff of poetry.
That is poetic. Yes, that's some hotness right there. Good job, Troy. Troy's very deep. You just got to know him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to switch the order of these last two because I want to end on this other one.
Gotcha.
So we got Brick Lover 18 who comments, interesting predictions here. Can't wait to see what the next few years bring.
Oh boy.
Thank you for listening and for your comment.
Hey, Brad, we do appreciate you, man. Awesome from you.
And also, teaser for everybody else out there in YouTube land. Thanks again for organizing another awesome year of Lego YouTuber Secret Santa.
Yeah, love it.
Stay tuned for that. And then I'm going to end on this last comment. What? Okay. I'm going to end on this last comment from Scott H510 that says, I appreciate you talking about the purchase. But feel like after watching a bunch of the 24-hour live stream from Beyond the Brick, where you were constantly asked your opinion on the subject, maybe this episode could have been used to progress the story. Good old hindsight. There. So, taking that comment, I think what's really important, and Julian and I have discussed this multiple times.
Yep.
Over the last year or so, year and 4 months or whatever, since we've done this podcast, is things occur, right? Things that deeply affect the Lego fan community somehow, some way, some place.
Yep.
Whether that is stuff coming down about YouTube and Kappa, whether that is purchasing of Bricklink, whether that is a new Lego convention that's maybe not new, but an upcoming Lego convention that we want to talk about, or any number of things could occur. Yeah. And we have discussed this amongst ourselves. We're like, do we use our program and our platform to discuss it, or do we just ignore it and we move on? And we kind of, I think, go back and forth. Yeah, I think it kind of depends on the severity of the topic, where we go, we should take a break and discuss this for however long that is. Maybe it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, half the show, the whole show. And then we get back to the regularly scheduled program. I think, it's one of those situations where with this one in particular, with the purchase, I feel like if we had not discussed it, we would have been asked about it. And so, I don't remember if I think I can't even recall in the episode we recorded if I had had my plea to the internet at that. I think this was after.
No, this was before.
I think it was before. Okay.
We recorded before. We also recorded the day of, and selfishly for myself, I needed to I had to talk through it with somebody who, I know I'm not nothing but an old stinking set builder. I don't have any mockability whatsoever, but I just had to.
Hey, there's a giant castle behind you, but
I don't. Yeah, you say you think it's giant. It's not that big compared to me.
It's actually micro scale.
Yeah,
the whole time it's been a ruse.
Yeah,
the entire time.
What forced perspective right here?
There it is. Yeah. That would, if you actually pulled something like that off.
Oh, that'd be so cool. But no, it's big.
But yeah, it's one of those things where, as I mentioned in the Beyond the Brick stream, if you guys caught any of that, and I do want to take 2 minutes to talk about that. I know everybody is super anxious to move on with the story. I can only say thank you for being that interested in my life and my journey. Right. That you are on the edge of your seat, ravenous for more information. So the Beyond the Brick 6th annual 24-hour live stream was last weekend, which was Black Friday at the time of this recording. So that was, the Friday after Thanksgiving here in the United States and into Saturday. I agreed to co-host with Joshua Hanlon.
Like a sucker.
and not to say that I didn't have my own, credentials to provide, but it was mostly spurred on because Boone Langston wasn't available. Boone has been the co-host with Joshua for a number of years now. And it turns out we didn't know this until maybe 10 or 12 hours before the live stream started. Yep. But Boone wasn't there because Boone is in California filming for the Lego Masters television show. Yep. So awesome. Good for you, Boone.
Along with a couple of other friends of the show.
Yes, there are definitely a couple other folks.
Iceberg Bricks and BX Bricks. BX commercial as well. Shout out to all three of them.
Yep. And Boone's partner is Mark Cruikshank, who's another member, a very active member of the community in Portland.
Always.
And there's also, I still have a feeling there's one or two other people that have just not been revealed yet. But Aaron Newman is someone I know. He is from originally from the Bionicle community, but has since very much branched out into systems.
No, man.
He's an incredible builder.
Can you hear me?
And Aaron Newman is also on the show.
Nice.
I can hear you.
Don't know.
Yes?
What?
Can you hear me now?
Well, that was 10 minutes ago. I heard everything you said.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Aaron Newman. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sorry,
You're
guys.
I don't know what is happening right now.
Well, there's literally nothing else we can do.
We're into it too. I'm not editing them together.
No. Aaron is in it. Aaron is kind of hard to catch in the commercial that has aired because he is in like one scene, and it's a very quick shot when I think they're building a skyscraper and it literally falls on one of the contestants.
I think I saw the commercial.
And Aaron is the one with glasses who's kind of on the good side. He's on the one like almost pushing it over. So of course, when you watch the commercial, your eye goes straight to the building that's collapsing on this person.
Yeah.
He's the other one. So he's the other guy who's like trying to grab it as it falls on the other guy. So that's Aaron. And he's also someone I've worked with a lot before. So I wish him well as well. So 24-hour live stream. I'm pretty confident that was the first time I have stayed awake for 24 solid hours since I was probably 11, 12, 13, somewhere in that time frame.
Man.
I stayed up late. Don't get me wrong. I've stayed up to like 3 a.m, 4 a.m. I don't think I've ever gone beyond 4. But I've always gone to sleep. So I really wanted to be able to say I did this.
Yeah.
Like that. And of course I use support Beyond the Brick. I've supported them from the beginning. And so I wanted to, help them out when they needed some assistance.
Sure.
And more importantly though, I want to be like, I did that once. Will I do it again? I'm still pretty much solid in the mindset that I will not do it again.
Ever.
That's rough, folks. Staying awake for 24 hours is rough. It was a lot of fun. I want to say we almost had a full house at all times.
Nice.
All 24 hours. As Joshua said, who is a veteran in doing this, the worst time for you as a full 24-hour participant is the 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. time.
Oh yeah.
And that was by far the worst. Like I felt like I was gonna pass out. I thought like maybe I was hallucinating. And I mean, I just kept focusing on the bricks and just doing that. I want to give a very special, heartfelt thank you to Doc Sampson.
Yeah.
So Doc came into the stream in the chat really early, like 9 or 10 p.m. like the first night.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Doc's got to get in. Joshua, you don't even know. Like, get this guy in here. But he was, I think, maybe just going to work or something. Like he was beginning his night. Yeah. And so he was like, I'm not available. So he wasn't around. Fast forward to like 6 o'clock in the morning, I think. I was like ready to pass out. Like there's a photo of me on social media with my head on the table because I was having such a difficulty staying awake. And Doc showed back up in the chat and I was like, Doc, save me. And I literally laid down on the floor here in my basement. I got out of my chair, laid down. I did not close my eyes. I promise you, I did not close my eyes. But I just laid down, and I had the it was on at the bottom of this table that this is on, and I just was like, man, how many more hours do I have of this? And I mean, I could hear people in the stream like, oh, where's Kevin's asleep under the table? I'm like, my eyes aren't even, you don't even know, my eyes aren't even closed. But I was like, Doc, and I'm sitting here and all of a sudden I hear the whimsical sounds of Doc Samson singing, serenading me, if you will. I hear like this kind of, it was very distinct and different. And it was like, Kevin, oh, Kevin. I was like, hark, what is that? And, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what it is, but Doc has a really awesome energy. And I mean, I think it helps that he's made out of felt, but I mean, I don't think it hurts.
No.
But he has a really positive energy and he's like really, really engaging and he keeps people talking and he keeps like, you know what I'm saying? Like he has that. And so he comes in and I got like a second win just like that. And I was like, I came on the table. I'm like, all right, Doc, let's do this. And I started like putting the bricks back on and I was like all the way back in the game again. Yeah, nice. That was awesome. So thank you for coming in, Doc. I was also delighted to see so many of our, Forever Sorting Pink Bucket Nation friends pop into that stream. That was really cool. So thank you to everyone who did show up for a little bit. It's really kind of funny because, we think about channels like Beyond the Brick being so big and so successful, which they are.
Yeah.
Don't make any mistake about it. They are. Mm-hmm. But then when it comes to something like live streaming, they are total noobs. And so it's sitting there like, I mean, multiple times I'm like, press that button, Joshua. That's how you present the screen. And it's just like, it's a nice, like humbling experience,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, when I showed up, Kevin said to the boys in the live room, that guy right there has more streaming hours than all of us put together.
And I'm still very confident that's the reality.
No, I firmly believe that as well.
But yeah, totally. So I think the final financial tally was $2,000.
Nice.
I think that's what it was.
Nice.
Obviously anybody that donated during the stream, like super chat or whatever, that was all collected. People could just send donations and they did. People did that. And all that money went towards buying Lego sets for kids in hospitals. Beyond the Brick, I'm pretty sure the money that they collect will go specifically towards the Indiana area.
Yeah.
So Joshua and John themselves will go purchase Lego sets with the money they earn and donate it to the hospital.
Good deal.
So thank you to that. Thank you to everyone that was there. Thanks to people that watched. It was a lot of fun. I am very glad I did it. Sure. I slept for 14 hours after it was done.
You're weak.
So we ended at 5 p.m. on Saturday, and I did have to drive my son to work. And I'm not gonna lie, I was driving so fast. Like I was so exhausted. I was so tired, and I was having the whole anybody that's taken a long road trip knows exactly what I'm talking about. Is you start like seeing things on the road and you just kind of slowly start drifting back and forth on the lanes. Like I already knew all of that was happening. And I'm like, I gotta get this kid as fast. I'll go to sleep. And no issues, no problems. I got him to work. And then I came back and I asked my wife, I'm like, please, for the love of God, please pick him up from work when he is done. Because my son's shift is he can get out as early as 8 or as late as 10:30 or 11.
Yeah.
And so I've already been up for 24 hours. Like, I can't do it. Sorry, can't do it. So she did. She goes, yep, she was working herself. And so she was closing. And usually when she's done closing, she gets out at like 9:30 or 10. So here's the interesting thing. I mean, these are the prices we pay for the kids.
Yeah.
And so my youngest, I'm like, you know what? Sorry, free reign of the house. Have fun, kid. I got him set up, he got dinner, he had TV, and I locked all the doors. So I'm like, he can't run out of the house. I mean, unless he knows how to unlock everything.
Right.
And I'm like, so you're going to be by yourself until mom comes home. Okay. Good night. And I mean, of course he was like, okay. He
signed off on that real quick.
He was fine. He did come into the bedroom at some point. I don't remember when. He asked me a question. I don't remember what it was. I did not even open my eyes. And I said, okay. And then he left. I don't even remember what happened. I don't even know what I was asked, but
woke up, so everything's fine.
Yeah, I turned my phone off. I turned everything off, and I went to bed like right away. I think I hit the pillow like 6 or 6:30. So the sad thing is that day my son got out at 8.
Oh,
and so I mean he called me over and over and over again. And I'm like, son, I did at work for a couple hours until my wife got off of work to go pick him up. But hey, you know what? That's what happens. But yeah, I slept for a good 14 hours. I would have slept more, but I set my alarm to the latest I could go before I had to wake up for church on Sunday morning. And so that equals 14 hours of sleep. I was still kind of like daisy, like a little dazed up.
Yeah.
But I felt better. I went to sleep early that night too. And I felt better like 2 or 3 days later. I was like, okay, I'm good now. But I just wanted to talk about my experience actually being awake in a 24-hour live stream. So there we go. So so that's what I had to say about that. I got
to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that. To get to Ken and to get to Scott, they want to hear more of the story. I mean, that's what the people demand.
Yeah, but did we even fully touch on Scott's comment?
Oh, I mean, we did, right?
Okay. I don't know if we. Yeah, we did some. Sure.
Yeah, we did enough.
I think
that
comment needs a whole show of itself, whole episode. But
we talked about the Bricklink for a little bit, but we could go through the whole thing.
Yeah, his comment. I really. I wish Kevin wasn't asked. I wish Kevin had been able to just do it here, and then everybody referred to said video instead of asking him, wasting the time of the 24-hour stream. But in a perfect world, that whatever.
Yeah, and anybody who watches this program who also follows me on social media, I don't remember when it was. Like the whole timeline of those like 4 days is like a haze to me. But I did put up a plea on social media across every Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and it was very much a plea. I was like, please stop asking me what I think about Bricklink. I did end up removing that because I amazingly had people that were offended that I put that up. I got a couple folks people reached out to me and I mean, so before I say that, it's very important for everyone to understand. And many have told me, so this is not just my own thinking. I have a very high patience, very high. And so I've been told that by my family. I've been told that by friends. I've been told that by colleagues because of all the things I've had to do in my career. I have a very high patience. And so for me to sit there and go, hey guys, leave me alone, I don't take that lightly.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean 5 people ask me a question or 15 people ask me a question or, hey, 100 people ask me a question. When it gets to that level, I think I stopped counting at 300. So, I was truly and utterly being barraged on all fronts. I don't want anyone to think this was like malicious, like people were being mean. Like, no, not at all. It was just like I would sit there and like my phone every 5 minutes would buzz, and I'm like, "What is this?"
But here's the fun part. Here's the fun part, folks. I get a text message that morning. Did you hear the news? Nope. And then he told me, and then I called him. But that guy talked to me. He told me. He bothered me about it. He was like, "What are your thoughts?"
I know. I mean, because and the thing is that this was at like the very beginning.
Yeah.
And then as it rolled out, I mean, it was just insane. And I had people reach out to me that I haven't spoken to in years.
And didn't want to speak to. Oh.
What?
And didn't want to speak to.
Well, not necessarily, but it was kind of like it left me in a weird spot because people would reach out and they'd be like, "Hey, Kevin, how you doing? It's been a long time. I hope you've been well. How's the family? Oh, by the way, did you hear that the Lego group bought Bricklink? What are your thoughts on that?" And it's like, oh, so like all that stuff before that doesn't really matter.
No, right. I hate everything you said. Yeah.
I mean, especially because it's someone that I haven't spoken to in years and years. So,
Sure.
But it was literally everywhere. It was Facebook Messenger. It was YouTube mails, text message. I got phone calls. And that's why I put in my plea. I'm like, phone calls? How nostalgic. Like people were calling me. And of course, every phone call was the same. Hi, Kevin. How you doing? How's the family? How's the weather? Hey, did you hear? And it's like, yeah. And I answered again, up to that point, I answered everybody. Like I gave people the same replies. A lot of times with text, I would just copy and paste and send it again. Because I don't take for granted that people want to ask me my opinion. I do not take that for granted. I don't take for granted that people are interested and they want to have a conversation with me. So I put up that plea because like we were now 10 to 12 hours into the news breaking. Yeah. And I like every 5 minutes I was getting a message and I literally could not operate. Like I am a freelance artist. You guys hear this every time we do an episode. I actually draw things. I work. I design. I create stuff.
So let's just
and most of the time it's not for me. It's for other people.
Let's discuss something real quick.
So
you're still talking.
No,
what?
I'm not.
No, go ahead. I want you to finish, then I gotta say a thing.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, when we started to get into the 300 to 400 message mark is when I'm sitting there going, okay, I need, and I think plea is the right word. I need to plea everyone to please give me a break. And that sat up for a good, I think it was up for 5 hours. I think the plea was up for 5 hours. It had the opposite effect that I wanted. And again, some people are like, Kevin, you should know better. How does the internet work? But when you say, hey, don't look at that, what do you all do? You look at it. And so I was really trying to get myself so that I could keep doing what I needed to do for the next couple of days.
Nope.
After I did that, I got twice as many messages after that, because then like a lot of people had not considered asking me. And then I put that, and then they wanted to ask me. And again, they all prefaced their messages saying, hey, sorry, I saw your thing to leave you alone, but now I really want to know. So what is your opinion? I'm like, wow. Okay. And then a lot of people, not one, not two, not 10, not 20, a lot of people asked me as a joke.
Yeah, they did.
Because they thought it was funny. And, just blanket out there, guys, if you, I get it, it's fun to rib your friends, but if someone's like literally expressing like frustration and stress that they're being berated by something, it really doesn't help to do it, even if it's in jest. It doesn't help. So just keep that in mind that, again, we're talking about human beings. We're talking about people's time, people's mental, anxiety and stress and all that stuff. It just probably is not the best thing to do. And a lot of people are like, hey, I saw your thing. I gotta ask. And it's like, okay, it was funny the first 20 people that did that. But out of all the things, the reason that I pulled it down, the reason I deleted it is that I did have a group, by no means the majority, but I had a group of people express dissatisfaction with me in that I would not be more respectful, that people want to ask me my opinion, and that I should be happy of what I have, and I shouldn't ask people to not talk to me. I also got people that accused me of being impatient or sensitive. Again, kind of implying that, only 10 people have asked me and I don't want to have anything to do with it. It's like, no, guys, we're in the hundreds of comments. Please understand, I don't speak out of knee-jerk reaction. I don't do that. And so, but I didn't want anyone to be offended, and people were already starting to be. And so I said, you know what? It's not worth it. I'll just take it down. The interesting thing is, after I had posted to stop, like I said, the messages doubled. And then when I took it all down, that's when they finally all stopped. So when the plea went away is when I finally stopped getting it. I did have somebody reach out and say, kind of, flippantly, hey, why don't you turn your phone off? And it's like, I would love to turn my phone off, but I also have children and a wife and clients.
You see what happened when he turned it off for the 24 hours?
My son's sitting at work for hours. So it's like, I can't just turn my phone off. Like, that's not an option. And people are like, well, just ignore it. And that's the other thing that I kind of take issue with. Like, if anything shows you how much I do respect the fact that you guys ask me questions, is that I always answer them. Yeah. So like, to me, it is my own personal code, my own personal brand, my, how I want to be treated and respected. Like, if you're going to ask me, I'm going to answer you. Like, that's what I'm going to do. And so you say what you want to say.
No, I was just going to, so I am not a very successful YouTuber. I have 1,200 subscribers. I have been around the block for 5 years in this Lego community. Kevin's got me bested by at least 10 more. You started this YouTube this Lego thing when in 2005,
right? Yeah.
So you're at 14 and I'm at 6. You're at 14, sure. Yeah. And I was bombarded all day long with 10 people asking me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, I absolutely never want you guys to stop. I am here for you, but that was too much for me.
And that was 10.
That was 10.
So
I can only imagine what 300 feels like. I don't ever want. I don't want that. But I also have over 1,000 Facebook friends. Lego community. So there. And I'm getting it from text, from phone calls, from DMs, from Facebook messages. And I had one person text me and had no pretext to it at all. It just said, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, done.
Just like I'm supposed to already know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Catch up, Julian. We're already on that subject.
Fortunately, I did. And I didn't mind. I enjoyed that conversation I had with him. I wish I could have more conversations with him.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
I had no out of the blue guys. People that talk to me.
That's good. That's good. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And, like I said, the only other thing I want to just reemphasize is I do appreciate anybody that has an interest in talking to me or asking me a question. I don't mind answering them. That's what I have done for many years. Yeah. And I'm happy to, do what I can. I don't I don't do something like that out of like first reaction or because whoops, a few people are bothering me. I don't do that. It takes a lot. So it's a high level, it's a high bar. If you were one of those people offended, I'm sorry. It wasn't about you. It was about me just trying to get through my day. So
yeah.
That being said, do we even have time left to keep talking about the story?
Scott, Ken, Kevin. I don't know. I don't feel like we have enough time. I feel good about this episode, but I also I don't think we made any good progress on the story.
No, not in the tail, but good things come to those who wait. Hey, it's my life. I haven't forgotten about it.
No.
I know where we are, and we're in a place in the episodic tale of my career at the Lego Group.
Yeah.
Where things get kind of wonky,
icky.
I mean, if things have gotten wonky already.
Yeah.
But it's like we get into this point where things just kind of start fizzling in all kinds of weird different directions.
Sure.
And so I don't want to rush through it, but also I feel like I kind of do. It's like I kind of do want to get through it.
Band-Aid for yourself, but you don't want anybody to miss the good stuff.
Yeah. But as with this episode and any episodes, feel free to ask your questions. We can address them. It doesn't have to necessarily be relevant to the, hey, Brick Train's asked, does Lego use SAP? I mean, come on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be relevant to the current topic at hand.
Kevin, listen, folks, the reason I reached out to Kevin to do this podcast, Jabbo, thank you, from the very beginning was so we could hear Kevin's story and get a perspective on Lego that we haven't seen yet. Yeah. This has never been done before. No one from the Lego Group has ever spoken. This is it. Kevin is the guy.
I'm the what's my code name? It's a Deep Brick.
There you go, Deep Brick.
Except I'm totally exposed. Like, I'm not secret at all.
What is it? Not compliant? What's your shirt say?
Legally compliant.
Legally compliant. That's code name legally compliant right here.
Code name legally compliant. Yeah. Clutch called me the other day the Grim Hinkler.
I love it.
Yeah. I kind of like that name. That was kind of funny. But that was in response to my predictions for the full Bricklink purchase end game.
You know what I need to see now, though, don't you?
A mock of that or a drawing?
2 weeks. No, not a mock. You don't play with Lego. You're an artist.
What is all this? What is this?
I don't. Just space filler. Non-compliance with COPA. I don't know.
Exactly.
I want to see it on the Doodle stream. I want to see the Grim Hinkler.
Oh, that's a good, throw that in there.
Come up with it.
So I'm gonna the other thing, I don't really, this is probably not the right platform for it, but one of the things that I have put a lot of thought into for the last couple weeks, a lot of thought into it, and I think we're gonna go with it. Starting in 2020. All right, are you ready, folks? Starting in 2020.
I would do a drum roll, but I don't have a drum.
That's okay. It's the delayed hype horn.
There you go. I got a hype horn. Do I need to get the hype horn ready for you?
You hold down on it.
There you go, Mike. This is killing people. Hey, hang on. I don't know. Nope, hang on. Almost there. I'm ready.
Okay, so starting in 2020 to move to only hosting Doodle streams every Friday.
And the artist community thanks you.
So, yes, what does that mean for the future of backlog building? I don't know. This is now. It's when we end. So thank you for your special appearance.
And you're fired.
And get out of the shot. But so yeah, I have put a lot of thought, and I really do want to take next year. Not like I haven't taken this year, but to really try to push my brand and my business. And as much fun as I have building Lego sets with people, I don't necessarily see that as helping my brand at all. It's fun. It's like a hobby thing to do.
Yep.
And I'm going to announce this on my program tomorrow. But so Doodle Stream will be every Friday. As long as I'm not traveling or sick or something.
Sure.
But there will not be backlog building Friday mornings at all in 2020. I don't know if the program will go away completely. I kind of have a feeling. I mean, I still have sets to build, but I'm thinking I'll probably try to lean a little bit more into my friends' streams, like Reed's, like Julian's, like Blaze's.
Well, we're here for you, brother.
To use that opportunity to knock these out, I'm going to really try to put my all into that. So, speaking of doodle streams, you'll have lots of doodle streams in 2020, and hopefully some other stuff too that I've been asked to try that are artistic in nature, not necessarily Lego in nature.
Yeah.
That we'll do for next year. But that's all I got. So hey,
all right.
I am sorry to Ken and to Scott, and I know Reed. I know you didn't have to say anything, Reed.
Yeah,
Reed. I know you guys are
watching.
You're desperate. You're ready. You want to hear more, but there's other stuff we got to talk about too. Life goes on.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
There you go.
So hey, that's Julian right over there in the Pink Bucket Nation.
There it is, and that is Kevin right there. Kevin Artist Hinkle.
The A stands for artist.
Nice.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys for coming.
We'll do this again sometime.
Probably next week. Maybe we'll talk about Kevin's life. Maybe we won't.
Ooh. Don't worry. I'm still here. We're not going to pull a short sort. Get us out of here.
What? Remember, got to sort those